I just want to say thanks. I can't believe that we got top 7. Now, gate 1, we got top 5. And then gate 2, we almost got first, but then the ward answer disconnected. But he still really performed really well with the major mechanics. So we got top 3. Yeah, this is going to be a long one, guys. It's going to be a long one because I'm not going to just upload a kill video without any context. Yeah, like I just want to tell you guys what happened behind the scenes, how I feel about the raid. Was it fun? Was there any drama? Was there anything you want to say? Like, yeah, it's gonna be more of like a reaction, pause and react video. Explain, like answer all the questions you guys had about like back attack. Is it entropy friendly? For those that stick to the end, it's gonna be a long one. You guys will see probably the world record for the bid at the end. The bid. I think the bid at the end was very good content. I think I made 900 something K, a million gold this raid. The overall raid, which gate did I like the most? Absolutely, I think gate 3 was the most fun with a static, especially with the juicer party. Now, am I looking forward to gate 3 pug? Absolutely not. Bro prog, we had to pug. I think A-gear prog, our gun lancer didn't wake up on time. He no-showed. It was one of those, like, you know, like in my chat's like, man, Zeals, when are you gonna actually like join like a proper static? And I know like I let my chat down. Took a lot of L's. So for those that were rooting for me, you know, we finally got a W. And once again, I just want to say thanks for the opportunity. I have nothing really to say about our group except just that. Thanks. And it was great. I had a good time. I thanked them later in private. Thank you for the opportunity. And it was fun. It was an experience that I'll probably never forget. As a gamer, you know, that's not gonna be like the thing I'll be thinking about when I'm at my deathbed. But as a gamer, it was fun. There's this like new API, in case you guys don't know, where they put like their own rankings. Like this one, Captain Jack's group, the Rosadan. We're gonna talk about them too. We're gonna talk about them later. And it shows when they cleared, what time they're cheering for them, as well as like a title. So the community is doing something nice, and the API is also helping. There's another API site where it tracks what mechanic they're stuck at. Like, are they stuck at 240 bar, gate 3? There's like a bar. That's pretty cool, man. The community is behind it. So once again, grateful for that, right? Like the Korean community, really big about this stuff. They even put like a ranking site of their own to immortalize the clears. That's pretty cool. Now, and it looks like other groups, that I'm cheering for, they're at like 150 bar here. As you can see, gate 3, 150 bar. And it shows when they reach that. Before we talk about the advanced zones, I want to give you guys a full context, everything that happened, because once again, I didn't cue my mic and talk to you guys at all. So the servers open at 10 a.m. Wednesday, and we did Kazeros Act 3 upon release. What we did at release was make sure we looked at the sidereal skills, the Alliance Forces skills, and make sure that we got the Blood Claw done, because Korea has 2 Blood Claws, and that gives 3 points of Enlightenment points, which is about, depending on the class, about a 1% DPS increase. So we did all of that. We already pre-feasted with the Great Success Feast. We went in there, we watched all the cutscenes, because sometimes they leave a little hints with this cutscenes. This time around, I don't think we found any hints. But I mean, if we skip the cutscenes, it's not like we're gonna finish top 6. You can see like when the other groups kind of cleared. We almost beat Porsche's group. We were behind by an hour. We'll talk about that. So around, I think 20 hours in, if my math is correct, after 20 hours, Korea does daily resets at 6 a.m. So there was an emergency maintenance. By then, there were 2 teams that cleared, and we were projected to be like top 4 or something like that. But what happened was that there was a maintenance, and there's maintenance happening soon right now in Korea as well. 3 days of 6 a.m. maintenances. And what happened during the maintenance is that they fixed the 420 bar mechanic. Apparently the 420 bar mechanic was bugged. The groups that were practicing, that were there in gate 3, not many. So I guess this maintenance didn't affect a lot of people, but it still got blown into big controversy because some of these teams are major streamers in Korea that have major fans. So the fans kind of complaint for them. But what happened was that the maintenance fixed a 420 bar mechanic, Apparently it was bugged, so it was easier to execute. And some of these groups already had a solution to the problem and executed it and getting deep into the fight. So to come back after the 1 hour maintenance with no sleep after 20 hours playing and finding that the 420 bar mechanic was apparently bugged and fixed. I don't know if it's completely fixed right now. There's like more controversy about it, but we came back and we had to reprogress. So we spent about our group, couple groups spent about 4 hours refiguring out how to do the 420 bar mechanic. Everybody was stuck, like the Porsche's group, our group. I came up with the solution, so that helped us get through the wall. But still, you know, people were molding. Some people quit. I heard that other teams had to like just they couldn't take it anymore. They just got so raged. I mean, they got so angry. Yeah. Our group, we were just kind of upset about it, but we're just like, you know, just go with it. Just go with it. Maybe we're just joking about it. And then, yeah, so servers came back up at 7. We found out that mechanic that we were breezing through, we had to refigure out. So we lost a lot of time here. So around 11 a.m., one of the players in our static had to go wife aggro. Wife and kids. I don't know if you guys know, but a lot of Lost Ark players in Korea, they're pretty old. If you're surprised by that, MMO players being old, what a surprise, right? I think some streamer statics, their average age is like 30 something. 3 or 4 out of the 8 members in our static, they're like CEOs. They own something. Like one of the breakers own his own PC cafe or something like that. But they got jobs and kids and stuff, right? They got money and things to manage. So they have wife, kids aggro, and the wife was like, honey, you're going to actually die because you've been playing 20-something hours straight. No food, no sleep. So he had to explain, calm her down. So we took about 2.5 hours break. That break, some of us slept, some of us washed our balls, and some of us advanced honed. Like the number 1 Soul Eater, the number 1 max high level Soul Eater, number 1 Breaker, they went and advanced honed like rats. And nobody told me about advanced honing. Nobody. Except 2 chatters. Might as well advance hone ZEALS. But I went to wash my balls and lay down. I got a nice power nap and it reset me. I was so fresh, bro. I was so fresh. And I ate some McDonald's and because I haven't eaten in all day. So I chowed the food down. It was like I was in heaven, man. I was ready to go again. I had 4 chicken McNuggets. That's about it. And a chicken snack wrap. That's about it. And then we went back in there and we plowed the 425. I made a new strat and then I contributed, right? A little bit. And then we were consistently making progress. So I turned back the stream. So we were going, we blew past our record of 200 bars to 150. And then 150 all the way to 60 all of a sudden. And then we got to the last major pattern. That's it. The last major pattern. We saw it at the 60 bar. And then we had a 40-something bar and then a 39 bar. And we're like, okay, if everyone's alive, we literally saw every pattern. We saw the end. So if everyone's alive, we kill it. But what happened? Their mind was like, oh man, we got to keep going. We got to keep going. We got to keep going. We got to get top something, top this, top that. But then their body doesn't follow, right? Your body doesn't follow your mind. These are not 16-year-olds. They're not invincible. They have kids. They have a job the next day. They haven't slept. Some of them went to go advance home like rats without telling me. We'll talk about advance homes because advance home is cracked, boys. So the number 1 Soul Eater and the Breaker went and do advance homes, bro. Right? Huge advantage. And they didn't even say anything. I wish they said, yo, ZEALS, go do advance homes, bro. Now, did we need the damage? Not really. Our damage was really good. We'll talk about that. But yeah, the advance homes were good. We met back at 2 p.m. And we killed it at, what was it? 2 p.m. and then 1 a.m. clear. Now, the reason why I'm explaining without even showing you the fight is context is everything. We didn't think we were going to kill it. I mean, we knew we could kill it because we saw the end. But once again, we were physically tired. Like one of the player was literally falling asleep mid-attempt. Like he would stop responding. He would stop moving and die 3 times in a row. Like this guy he's like, no, I'm fine. My condition is like, my battery is mid to max. I'm like, what? And this guy falls asleep 3 times, right? But we're not gonna, like, we were just like, man, I kept saying like, yo, dude, like, it does, like, we could go back, we could come back tomorrow fresh, well rested, well fed, and we'll just kill it in 2 attempts. They're like, no, we can't do that. We can't do that. So it took us a lot. It took us many hours to go back to our best pull. And the last pull of the night is the kill. Now, I don't believe in the last pull magic. I've heard of it from you guys, as well as every other game that I've played. The last pull of the night, it becomes the clear. I was like, nah, last pull, it's just going to be a quick wipe, and then we're just going to, be depressed, and then set up a schedule for tomorrow, have a little meeting, cry about it, right? But what you're about to see is the last pull of the night. The literal last pull. It's not like, oh, if it's a quick wipe, go again. No, this is the last pull. It's 1 a.m. He said he's got to go at 1. They got jobs, right? They didn't think it was going to take 3 days. So they took off 1 day off work, and then another day, and then they all like millionaires. So they're like, yo, I got to go back to work, right? Like the static leader, she has to go back to work. The breaker has to go back to work. He owns like some company or something. I don't know, right? I was like, all right, man, we're not going to kill it. Now, I'm not trying to be a doomer, but like from my past history, last pull of the night, usually everyone's depressed because they didn't achieve their goal and they play like crap. So if you see me play like crap, that's because I'm crap, first of all, I'm bad. And also because mentally, we're defeated. About an hour and a half ago, because they announced that we're going to play for 1.5 more hours, right? This was the last feast. So the talking just dramatically, like people would not communicate at all. They were physically tired and they were depressed. But here he goes, right? So the context is they're tired, they're depressed, last pull of the night. Can we even clear? And obviously, I don't have the good mentality. I was like, bro, this is just going to be a 5-minute in, we wipe. That's fine. I'm just going to be like, guys, everyone, we did a good job, and then we just reschedule. It is what it is. That's life. Move on. I was already thinking about that. And then, once again, guys, like this, the way our party is dedicated is we have a Hitmaster party with the Paladin. The Paladin took a really good care of the Soul Eater. So we have a head attack party, right? We always... Before I even said I agreed to join this group, I already knew it was going to be a head-focused party. The Bard and the Gunlancer and the Breaker, they're always going to be in sync. They're always going to be moving together, right? And Breaker is really good on this fight. Asura Breaker, really good. So the other Breaker, during the 2-hour maintenance, the 2-hour downtime, he went Asura. He spent 3 million gold cutting a new bracelet, rolling his gems again. So he went Asura. And it helped him survive way better as well with the mobility for the 425 mechanic. So that's all the context, guys. Now we're going to go watch it, right? Like if I play like shit, I still have no excuse. I am shit, guys. So you don't have to remind me. It's like saying the sky is blue. We know. So she's already depressed. The static leader's like, she's already saying this is going to be a wipe. She's saying by tomorrow there's going to be, the player's going to find out the hidden mechanic, the hidden side rail. The allied forces, whatever you call this, right? And she was right. People did find out after we killed it. So here we go. So as you can see, this boss is big. Now, he's not like behemoth big, but the hitbox is kind of big, right? So the head attack, like even the Bard told me, like, don't be upset, right? Like some of the buff's not going to hit you. I'm like, that's okay. I don't care. As long as we kill it, that's all that matters, man. I'm just part of the kill, right? So I know he apologized to me in advance. Some of my viewers said that I wasn't getting some buffs, and I explained that's fine, right? But like to answer one of the questions, is entropy bad? No, it's fine. As a matter of fact, just think about it, guys. The boss don't move. I was watching another streamer, and then one of the NAU viewers were really toxic to him, saying, "Wait, the boss doesn't move. How did you miss your skill?" Especially a skill that charges you forward. I took a screenshot of this viewer, man. It was so toxic, bro. The mods didn't even do anything to him. I was like, damn, man. I thought my chat, damn, that makes my chat angelic, dude. I was like, holy, dude. Like, this streamer's getting abused, man. Holy, like, yo, man, that's because they're tired, man. It happens. And yeah, we suck. Yeah. I mean, okay, I'll speak personally for myself. I suck. But anyways, I'm glad that my channel didn't say anything like that, dude. Holy. But anyways, so is it back attack unfriendly? No. Is it head attack unfriendly? No. But is it good to have back attack and head attack? Well, if you have a paladin, then it's not really an issue. Artist also really good here with the cleanse, but I don't know if like the artist buff can hit both. I don't really know. I don't really know artist that well, but yeah, in terms of the bard, he tried his best. Like the heal sometimes didn't hit me and stuff like that, and the shields. It is what it is, man. It is what it is, right? And once you crack this weak point meter, like Behemoth, then all attacks become like back attack, head attacks. Okay, to answer that question. So in the beginning, like if you're not a back attack party and you're only head attack, yeah, it could suck. If you are a head attack party and you're the only back attack, yeah, it could suck. If you don't have a pally, I guess. So that's to answer the question. So here I am. You see, I'm all alone. I'm all alone. I mean, that's how we designed the team so that the sewer breakers, plural, can go ham. So the boss don't spin. If there are 6 people standing in the front, the boss don't spin. Maximize burst. We're really good at burst. A lot of just guard. For those that hate just guard, embrace it. And I apologize for the quality. It is a rendering of a rendering. I did not record a kill video. This is the grab pattern. You go to the opposite hand. So this part, why did my voice crack? So this part is when he kind of does his I-beam. Now this fight is Pug's favorite, sarcasm. There are 3 mechanics that Pugs hate. 1, personal responsibility clash that can cause a rape mechanic. 2, a personal responsibility Frogger, which can wipe the party. Number 3, because of lack of DPS, if you die early. Number 3, gauge. So all 3 of Pug's favorite. Does that mean it's a hard fight? Do I think it was a hard fight? We'll talk about that at the end. So this one, if your DPS is fine, then you don't really have to. Our DPS is really cracked, especially during burst windows. That's what we're actually good at. But in this mechanic, you're supposed to dodge these shocks. So yeah, he's a lightning boy. And then we counter him with Earth card, Earth of Salvation. And he's also an ancient to answer your question. And it says the boss is immune to everything, and a boss is immune to skills that goes through him. So remaining energy cannot go through him. What is that skill that Soul Eaters have that Vestige can't go through him? It says it right there. So he's weak to Earth, and he is an ancient. So get those cards, get those pets ready. Okay. So yeah, look at our gauge, right? Look at our gauge. Now, usually our gauge is really good when we're focused, but this is the last bullet night. I got hit. I usually don't get hit by this, but I'm bad right here. I'm actually bad for the next 15 minutes, but yeah, I'm bad. And yeah, we're going back in. But the gauge is not that punishing for us because our DPS is high because obviously we're pay-to-win whales. A lot of gear helps, you know? I mean, that's a fact that everyone knows, right? You don't need gear. You can do it on eye level, but I mean, the gear helps. The gear helps, the mistakes. And we're gonna cleanse our cock anyways, because we have over DPS, so we could afford to use Bastion. Congrats on the kill, thank you. Couldn't have done it without you guys, man. Alright, this one. Like getting hit by that. There's an achievement if you guys don't get hit by that. Yeah. There's an achievement if no one gets stunned, I think? I think it's already done. There is a first group that did that in normal mode. Like getting hit by this, like just, it's bad. Look at that, it gives gauge. There's no excuse. Now, obviously you could weave damage while dodging, but this is the last pull of the night. And you know what the thing about last pull of the night, whether you're playing from the West or from Korea or Antarctica, the thing is, the guy who dies first in the last pull usually has a target on their back. Because people are now gonna go to bed pissed, and they're gonna be thinking about that guy. You could be perfect the whole night, but then if you're the guy who dies first in the last pull, you have a target on your back. It happens to me in every static, every pug, Everything I've done, every bus I've done, there's always the guy, the last pull of the night, first to die. You're the one that caused a wipe. You have a target on your back. So I'm trying to live here because that's what we had a meeting about before we even started this raid. Don't play too greedy. So I'm trying to not play too greedy and not be the first to die. So I'm not gonna really, for all those reasons, like we have a lot of DPS and we could take advantage of really burst windows. I'm not gonna really go greedy. Now I will for the subsequent clears. I will go greedy though, right? But this was the last pull of the night after playing 40 hours straight, literally. Was it 39 hours or 40 hours? Yeah, with only 1 or 2 breaks or something. A total of 3-hour break. So this is the 425 mechanic. Our DPS is really good, so we don't get the poop mechanic. The poop mechanic, you can have poop here. I think you could also get it if you over DPS as well. We sometimes got it. So you could get the poop here. And if you're trying to, like this circle, I think is random. And if there's poop here and everyone's standing there, it causes issues. So you want to be poopless. So this is the mechanic that got changed. And where we have to re-progress. Because before they fixed it, they hotfixed this, it would always, 95 out of 100 would always spin left. Was it left or right? But it was always one direction. So we knew exactly where to go. So if you go to the opposite of the laser, you obviously have way more room to dodge. Rather than the laser chasing your back. Okay. So my solution to this was support Awakening, DR, and use the Esser Balthor. Also, Esser Weapon is a nuisance here because the Esser icon kind of covers where you want to click to go. So we are dumping our Esser Weapon, and as you can see, the laser is going to go left. So we have the mobile class. Our strat was to have mobile classes go left. As you can see, they're already flying there. And the reason why we shield it was because we want to leave before he finishes the animation, which gives gauge as well as takes a lot of damage. So that was the strat that we came up with. And for us, the slow pokes, we go right. We go right. So the Gun Lancer was having issues. So you play to your strength and weaknesses, guys. You can't be like, oh, just fix it. Just fix it. Just get better. That's not really how the static works, right? Like if we're trying to do something, just get better, just get skills, just get hands. Doesn't really apply here. So I came up with the strat so that the mobile classes go left, where the laser is going to be going left. And the slower classes, they stand by. And I'm going to move forward here to cleanse some of the balls so that the other team has an easy time. So as you can see, the Gun Lancer is living and she doesn't even have to move. And the laser is chasing the mobile group. The reason why we came up with this strat, instead of saying just get better and wiping over and over and over, is because we need to finish this raid. So right here, this mechanic is not, I don't know how, like, maybe pugs will get used to this, but yeah. The Nella cleanse is good. Sacred Charm is good here. And everyone's alive. So this was, as long as everyone's alive at this point, it means go. It means go time. Okay, so. Alright, so we got the poop mechanic here. Usually other groups get the poop mechanic before the major mechanic. So the poop interrupts. And the longer the fight, right, the more gauge you're gonna build up. Especially if you make a lot of mistakes and you're tired. Yes, you could greed here and do DPS, but once again, last pull of the night. Yeah. I was greeting all night, but then not the last pull, man. I am tired of being the one who dies first on the last pull, dude. And then next day, they're thinking about the guy who died first. I'm like, man, this motherfucker. Alright, here we go. So there's a counter mechanic here. And then you can see there is a weak thingy, the weak point. So that's why we threw the destruction grenade. Now, you don't have to bring destruction grenade if you're lacking DPS. You could bring dark grenade. And you could use Balthor instead. The Balthor swings his hammer and crashes this guy's penis. Oh, I'm gonna get demonetized. But anyways, it crushes the penis. I mean, it cracks the back, the spine, whatever. But what we did was, since we have really good DPS and destruction, what we did was use Bastion to cleanse our cock. Oh yeah, this is gonna get demonetized. And then we used the Great Destruction Grenade instead. Okay, so here it is. So it's almost cracked. Now, once it's cracked, I will be stacking towards the front so I could get more love from our Bard. So the sooner it's cracked, the better it is for me as well. So we have procced the phase transition. The phase transition is some people get the poop, you just stand out, and other people don't get poop. And then one guy has a debuff. Unfortunately, I didn't get it during the kill. I wish I did. It's so Giga Chad. So you get a debuff. So remember I told you guys, like, this is not pug friendly for 3 reasons. So this is the second reason. There's a... You know how you guys hated Clash and Thaymine? Someone was the person that had to do the bitch work. Like, oh, Johnny, your DPS is low, or your class is this, so you therefore do Clash. So it was kind of toxic. So what the developers thought of was, how about this? Randomize the Clash. But instead of pressing a bunch of different keys, like Q, W, whatever, how about just guard it? So as you can see, this guy is going to be the one. Right? It's randomized. You could do it as a support. You could do it as DPS. Yeah. So he gets into the position to crack the ball. This game loves balls, right? So he's getting in position. And the boss is going to do a Hadoken Squirt. And then right there, you space bar out. Once again, poopers, poop. I mean, just stay away. There's no poop. And then there's a stagger bar. We got it low enough to maximize burst window. So the boss is going to squirt. So if you have aggro, you kill the ball. Now, you put your big boy pants. We do the stagger. There's a DPS window here, right? So first 3 bubble. And then cutscene. Skip it quickly to refresh. I mean, to sustain our adrenaline stacks. Don't be that guy. Don't be the guy that lowers raid DPS. And then you get into position. The same guy, the breaker, the second breaker, he gets into position. And then clash. When you see the body glow, you clash. It's so Giga Chad. It also does damage to the boss, so you feel like a Giga Chad. And then when you fail, you're a Giga loser, and you get gate kept. Yeah. And then we have broken the weak point. So now all my skills are back attack. All your skills are head attack. So here we go. We're gonna Bastion to cleanse our cock because we have enough DPS. Huge burst window. You see this? You see there's a dark grenade. We had one guy use dark grenade, and that was for every clash moment because it's a huge DPS window. So you could pretty much tell how the future of this raid is gonna be. Who do you think is gonna be predominantly winning this fight? The more geared your group is, who do you think is gonna get who's gonna get the damage pie? Burst. All right, now transition into phase 2. Now you can fall off the map if you're around here. The hammer hurts. Okay, this part is kind of confusing. So the boss is red or blue. So if the boss is red or blue, and you have the red mark on your head, that means that the red tile is going to be here, in front of his penis, and in the back. In the back as well. So they're both guaranteed to be red. If the boss is red, if the boss is blue, then this is going to be blue, and the back is going to be blue. And every alternating tiles is going to be the other color. So if the boss is red, this is guaranteed red. And then this is guaranteed blue, red, 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 right? So basically it's like cardinal or something like that. I don't really know English too well. So if you look at it, right, the cross is red, X is blue. Oh, that's way simpler to explain. If the boss is glowing blue, then the cross is blue, X is red. Yeah, so there it is. Oh, this is another mechanic. Now we see, this is the thing about the great amount of DPS means we just do mechanic to mechanic to mechanic. So this is the major mechanic. Obviously, you don't want to be in this, and then it's gonna explode, and then you want to get in it. You want to get in it when it's white, and then if he hammers this ball and you're not in it, you're dead. You could time stop this. And, okay, and then next it procs a next mechanic, which Smilegate loves to do, which is pick up the color of your balls. All right. Now you may be like, oh, that's really easy, but like if the other blue target is close, it can stun you. So yeah. Okay, so right there, the boss was glowing blue. I wasn't looking. I was looking at the barbels. So if the boss is glowing a certain color, that means that color is inside, the other color is outside. I mean, I'm not gonna explain all the short patterns here, man. That's gonna take way too long. So this is a aggro fixation. So we're safe. The grapple mechanic, I think, was really cool. I personally like Gate 3 if you have a static. I think it was a really fun raid because of the grapple system, as well as the platform breaking increased the adrenaline. Yeah, the platform breaking increased the adrenaline. That mechanic should have killed me. When that happened, I almost shit my bed, dude. I was like, how did I live through that? If I was either 2 millimeters closer, I would have died. That one hurts. Okay, red and blue being the respective side. That if I died there, that's it, right? Like that's the end. That's the end. Like goodbye, guys. Got to go to work tomorrow. See you in like 14 hours. I don't know how. Okay, this is cool. Like people are like, how come you don't stack? You don't counter this? So the reason why we don't counter this is if you counter it, then he's gonna do a second animation, which is the hammer's gonna glow with a big ball. And then he's gonna slam everybody. You need to use the grapple rope. But what we found out is that if you, it's like the destroyer super swing, whatever the thing is. So he's gonna charge up the swing. So this is a DPS window. Second one, the second charge up, if you counter, it's a wipe. And then the third, the balls glow. That's when you counter. Now you don't have to counter it this fast. You could give it a little bit more seconds to increase the burst window. And then that's just huge burst window right here. Take advantage of the burst window. Take advantage of the burst window. So that's a free DPS pattern. It's awesome. The animation is cool from the boss. Okay. So we're trying to communicate the Balthor Esther. So we have 36 seconds of push immune. Because they keep overlapping the Esther skills. Okay, now we push to the next major mechanic. The next major mechanic is Just Guard. This is where we spent a lot of time. We could have been top 3. Look, I'm still happy with where we finished, man. Regardless. Right? But the thing is, we wiped a lot here. This was the thing that got us. So let me explain. Now, on paper, it sounds so easy, man. It sounds so easy. All you do is just guard. Just look at the boss's body and just guard. Watch. Guard. Press G right now. It's so forgiving, too. 1. And then he does it 2 more times. The second one is same as the first one, but the third one is a little bit delayed. And if anyone screws up, then he does additional guards. Now the additional guards, he does double swings with 2 hammers. And if you fail the guard, you get stunned. So you need to be cleansed. So you could counter that by your group stacking, like group 1 left, group 2 right, and then you could use Sacred Charm or cleanse them. Because if you don't cleanse them, then they can't guard the additional guard. The additional guard procs if anybody fails the first 3 guard. So in pugs, they're gonna love this, right? So you could be like, just guard then. Just be like Captain Jack's group and just guard. True. Just be good, yeah. But if we look at the math and probability, if one person's tired or the reaction time or their fingers are shaking, like I was high on caffeine, so my fingers were like vibrating like a dildo. sometimes you miss. So I was like, you know what, guys? Why, like, instead of saying just be good, why don't we get through this mechanic so we could go deeper into the mechanic? So our strat was to use the immunities here. And then they're like, nah, I'm not going to do it. I'm too good for this game. So some of them chose to just guard, right? So like if 6 people do immunities, whether you do time stop or hyper awakening, and the 2 people just guard everything. But those guys who said they're too good to use immunities, they started keep failing. We kept failing that too. So I was like, you know what? Let's just everybody use immunities. So the first one we guard, and then the second and third we immune it. Put aside the ego, put aside the pride. Let's get this done. Let's see the next mechanic, right? We wipe in here, man. Like, come on, man. You know what I mean? Like, so let's get this done. So we use immunities. Now, if one person does fail, what you're supposed to do is, like I said, you cleanse them and then distance yourself from the hammer. Because when he does the guard and you're still too close, it will clap you. It will one-shot you. So you want to be out on the outer edges and then just look at the body from anywhere, even if his back is turned, you just want to guard. He's going to glow yellow and you just guard, right? But then some people are like standing too close and the hammer animation still one-shots them. So here's the second guard. We just immune it. We just immune it. And this is not a bad thing. It chunks the boss a lot, right? So here we go. We got through it. Nobody failed. Here we go. Now, we just do a little bit of DPS. We just do a little bit more DPS, and then we go to the next major mechanic. Once again, the boss is glowing red, so X formation. If you're red, if you're blue, no, cross formation, and X is blue, right? I don't even know shapes. And then now we proc the platform break. Right? The less room you have, I think it makes it more enjoyable for me because I have a fear of height in games and in real life. So I like this. So once again, this guy got the aggro. You could see with your mana bar debuff. So he has it. He's going to be the one that breaks the ball. So he has aggro. So he has aimed the boss to the ball. People with the circle run out. And then everyone else, we stagger. The stagger is not that tight. As a matter of fact, you might over stagger this. So he's in position. Boom, he gets out. Stagger, DPS a little bit. And then he's always going to go here to break the platform. So supports are buffing. There's a dot grenade, like I said. And then he's going to clash. Watch this. This different clash. This different clash. So they're calling this out. This is the clash right there. Glue. Glue is not a word. It glowed yellow. You clash. G. Boom. I'm not going to pause. It's sick. Just watch it. Watch it. And he gets angry. Gets 2 hammers. And then it's like boom, boom. Right? You see that? It's a boom, boom. And then you also do damage. Burst. Huge burst window. We did like 30, 40 bars here. Right? Huge. You got to just capitalize the burst windows. And then he breaks the platform. So you delay it by a little second, couple seconds to do a massive burst. And then here we go. We got an additional pattern here. He does the laser fixation. And then he's going to spin. Watch the spin. Watch the spin. Press G. And then after the second platform breaks, you have to press A. Now, the timing of the A is not tight. You just spam A. Just spam A. So tell your Discord buddies, just spam A. That's why they're saying A. Okay. Now, the white ball is to change the color. Because you're going to need to change colors for these major mechanics. And then this is a group counter. So the boss gives huge DPS windows. You take advantage of those. And here it comes. Right? So you want to have like 4 red, 4 blue here. 4 red, 4 blue. Because we go to our side. You group up and then you kill the opposite balls. Lost Ark loves balls, man. And then once you kill the balls, you want to move together and coordinate with the other team. We're jumping. Because you don't want to taser them. Also, if you get hit by the yellow like I'm about to do. Oh, I didn't. What the frick? But if you get hit by the yellow, you get stunned. But it's not over. You could time stop. You could still grapple in time. Because a grapple makes you immune. Alright? So this looks so sick, man. It's so cool. This part is so cool. All right, then we go to this side. Now, what I'm thinking about the subsequent clears is like, you can still DPS the boss, right? Like, I could be mad greedy here and DPS the balls. Not the balls, the boss. So that's a missed opportunity by me, but it is what it is, right? I just want to... I don't want to risk anything, dude. Oh, dude. Once again, last pull of the night. The first one is screw up. Bro, you're marked for life, man. You got the mark of the beast, man. He's about to bitch slap me, bro. Jesus. All right, here it is. The major laser. Major laser. But we interrupted it by staggering. So good call. Our breaker is the guy shot calling in phase 2 and onwards. Our second breaker. Yeah, he's the true... I mean, they're all MVPs in my heart, but man, like, he's MVP by like 2% higher. His shot calls, next level. Next level. So we're gonna do a tap dance here. Another major mechanic. Right? Stay with your party. Stay with your color, and then dance. 1, 2. And then you can stick around for the third one. But though I think the way it is intended is you grapple to the other side. Watch this. You could time stop this as well. So grapple to the other side, spam A, and then look at that, beautifully red spawns and blue spawns, right? Yeah. That's it, just a little baby color Pokemon stuff. All right, this is just lightning in the order of where it spawns. Okay, so the grab motion you can tell by the hand, and then you need to just counter it or they're gonna die. There it is. Holy, the counter. What is that? That was freaking fast, boy. Holy. And then he got both hammers. He combined into... Okay, there's another major mechanic. Major mechanic. So you want to have... The only thing I want to say about this mechanic is if you have both supports, then they're both the same color. Ooh, that's kind of rough. Right, so here it is. Top 50. There isn't even 50 groups that cleared it. So you go to the red and then the blue. As long as both the supports are not blue, I don't think you'll struggle with this. Or you could just hyper awaken this as well. So you want to, like, if you're a gauge class, you want to make sure you have gauge for this. And you just kill the hammer, and then you just stagger the boss. Right, nothing major. And then right after that, Lost Art loves doing back-to-back mechanic sequences. Right, so this is the second sequence of this mechanic. Now this one is... like Cuckoo Satan. Cuckoo Satan Gate 2. You want to go to the same color. Now, sometimes he spawns like 5 to 3 or 6 to 2. So, fortunately for us, we got 4 to 4. Now, the boss is going to give you like a chance to change your color. Right? So, he's saying, like, don't get in here. Okay, so they communicate that one person go in and then they switch colors. So you see how he was red, now he's blue. And then you see how he was blue and now he's red. But it's still 4-4 distribution. Now all they have to do is get into the boobs. That's it. Everyone's alive. If anybody fails, they die. Now, is this still clearable? With like 7 people alive? I mean, yes. So major mechanics are almost over. Almost over until the next platform break. This is a great counter pattern. Counter is good. Buys DPS window. We love that. Those are the short patterns that I don't really know too well because we over DPS'd. We didn't get to see a lot of short patterns, right? Yeah. But I mean, like it just like it's not that hard, but like. Okay, so this one is poop. While you do this color dancing, so obviously if you have a guy sleeping and he poops here, oh man, you can still time stop this. You can still time stop this. Remember, never. If you're in danger, always time stop or use grapple. Right? Like, there's no excuse, right? So the poops are beautifully laid outside. It's better to poop in the outer edges because the outer edges, you have a high chance of falling off. Whereas the middle one, you don't fall off, right? So you want to put the poop, like you want to stack the poop like around here, not on the grapple place. That's stupid too. So the poop is still like, you don't want to poop in the middle. You don't want like pooping here is okay, but like generally you want it like in the edges. It's fine, it's fine. And then the laser, right? Like if somebody poops right here, dude, during the laser, man, trolling. I mean, it's still work aroundable. You still work around it. And here it goes. You just A. Sick. It's so sick. It's satisfying too. Like it's like the things like the reason why I'm explaining this is like if I just show you a kill video, you don't understand like where the hype and the excitement is. And then here we're transitioning into the final mechanic. Here is the personal clash. And as you can see, the person has a debuff and the graphics to indicate. So he says, I'm gonna stagger a little bit, and then the bar's like, wait, hold on, too much stagger, too much stagger. So he's like, yo, don't do it. And then she aimed the laser, spacebar good, ball is dead, stagger is done, DPS time, and then the gun lancer still has a target. She needs to position herself here for the final clash. Every clash is a little different, but it's all doable without any guides. You stand in the wall, right? And then it glows yellow. He's pulsating, oozing yellow. Guard. Guard again. Boom. And then boom, boom. Okay, that's not the boom, boom. It doesn't really matter. You have to memorize it. It's so sick, though. You feel so Giga Chad, dude? But you feel like a Giga loser when you fail, though. Just like every clash just guard, right? Whatever you want to call it now. Now, here's the fun part, right? Here's the fun part. Now, obviously, when you guys do this with guides, it's gonna be a joke. You just memorize all the short patterns that can knock you off the platform, right? But we have pay-to-win weapon, baby. So we're just gonna immune it with 36 seconds of push immunity, which also adds a layer of protection as well. So I'm the one relaying the call because they keep overlapping. Right here. We're just gonna, if in doubt, time stop. If in doubt, grapple. And here you have to double A. Just spam A. There's no timing. Just spam A. It's not hard. It's fun. And then come back. Watch his hands. Watch the pattern. Now here's the cool part. I don't know what you want to call this, but I feel like I want to call it DDR, dude. It's like, how do you explain this? Just go to your color. And then she's gonna put on her awakening here. Right? Another push immune for my party. So I started red. And then sometimes the only hard part is you could get gauge, which tases your group. And then this one, there's a color changer. That's about it. Color changer. Just make sure you watch your color. And then you see that the red is coming. So red. Boom. I got in the red tile. And then red. And then red. It doesn't really matter, man. It doesn't matter. Like, it's not that punishing. You could just shield it. You could just time stop it. You could just push immune. Just drink a frickin' pot, dude. Yeah, they're saying, yo, in time of, if you're clueless, just time stop. Now, one of them got full gauge. Full gauge. The full gauge explodes. So there's a ticking time bomb. How do you solve this issue? You can grapple. So the person with the full gauge cannot grapple. She just grappled. The grapple has like 10-second cooldown. So she's like, I can't grapple. Because what you want to do is like be like Indiana Jones. You grapple and then explode. You immune it. It doesn't hit anybody. And if you have the boss aggro, like the boss will be trying to like hit the space. It's cool. Like it's lasering the space. It's like, oh, everyone's just DPSing. But she couldn't grapple. So she's calling it out, saying time stop, time stop. So there we go, time stop. And these guys, they have grapple. Or they outdistance, or they time stopped it. Okay, everyone's focused, everyone's alive. It's a kill. Okay, so if I was on the red side, why did that hit me? Because I got hit by the hammer. I got bonked. Okay, this one, you gotta be careful. There's two patterns where he does a swing like a golf swing. One literally punts you off the map. This one is the counter mech. So he's like, please don't counter. This is DPS window. We're doing fucking huge DPS. That's free pattern. And then you want to have your awakening here as well for the push immune. And then I'm calling the chaining the Balthor push immune. Pay to win, baby. Let's go. And then the last mechanic. The last mechanic. We saw all this. But we had 3 people alive last time. Now we have everybody. Everyone does their job, right? The people with the spear go away. The people with the target goes in front of the ball. Right there. So she got it again, the gun lancer. No. The what is that? Soul Eater got it. And then stagger. Easy. And then huge DPS window. Huge. Huge. And then clash. So the clash right here. It's a halo. Press G. I mean, just guard, right? Just guard. 2. And then 3. Boom. And then we just pop everything. Pop everything. Burn 50 bars, dude. Shandy coming in there. Alright, we push. Everyone's alive? It's over, man. It's over. It's over. You know, I still haven't watched the cutscene. So during the cutscene, you want to like kind of like tell them what to do, okay? Times 3 plus 1, right? And then they're like, "Yo, don't panic, don't panic." Yeah. Now you're like, "Where is times 3?" Because the map, like the orientation, is so annoying sometimes in this game, bro. Freaking isometric games, right? But so they're like just saying, you know what? Just spread nicely. That Esther weapon right there was actually clutch right there, because I didn't get knocked. I wonder if that laser would kill me. Just pick up the balls of your color, right? And then you just DPS the shield. Now, for the first time in Lost Ark history, they finally put the shield damage displayable and it count towards the MVP, right? Now, did they retroactively go back to the older rates to do that? No. Weird. Now, at this point, if you have like 4 people alive and they're damage dealers, it's pretty much a kill. Right? Because the Esther's just gonna kill it. Yeah. So they're gonna use, they're like Bastion. So there's Bastion. Look at Bastion like trucking him, dude. So Bastion plus 1, right? Holy, like 200 bars or something? Gone. So the 0 bar mechanic is actually like pretty, like wiping there sucks, right? So I guess they didn't put too much pressure there. So they're saying, well, we beat it. Last attempt of the day, I'm saying.
Last attempt of the day. 축하드립니다.
I said, everybody, congrats.
고생했습니다. 그래도 막 들켰다. 야.
저도 같이 했습니다.
Okay, and then translate the cutscene subtitle. I don't even know what the story in Lost Ark is, guys. I think like the story of Lost Ark is Shandi and Ninav has sex or some shit. I don't really know. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, you could figure it out later. I don't really care. So we killed it. Yeah. And for the first kill, for the first time ever, I think I was very positive. I said everybody did a good job. I'm not like salty or mad or being toxic. I'm just like, yo, actually, congrats everybody. Last pull of the night. What a clutch. Crazy. I was just thanking him. Breaker got Cruel Fighter. Did a really good job. Breaker's really good here, man. Like their death rate, the chance of dying is so low, so good. And I think we're the very few groups where both the supports showed up. The supports did an amazing job. Out of the top 7 clears, the supports were the least geared. I had to actually lend some of them my gems. But actually, both of them borrowed gems. Yeah, so Soul Eater lent gems to the Bard, and I lent gems to the Paladin. Yeah, so they did a really good job, the supports. I mean, they were the most skilled out of us. Right, this guy has multiple Hell First clears in Korea. So, this guy's cracked. I kind of felt bad that we got 7th place because he probably deserved like top 2. But hey, man, he's the one who signed up, right? I told him I suck, but it is what it is. And this guy, the shot caller, who went from brawler to Asura, he's like, why am I fighter? He's like, yo, what the freak? I'm embarrassed. He's embarrassed. And he's laughing. We're all laughing, dude. We're like, what? Look at where my mouse is, dude. He's like, yo, excuse me, I was the briefing guy. But we're like raising him up. We're like, you did such a good job shot calling. Cause he's like, he's putting himself down. He's like, yo, I wasn't the #1 stagger. I wasn't the #1 counter. I wasn't the #1 damage. Why am I here? Ethical, mechanical. Yeah, exactly. He did a really good job, man. I love that guy. He was so funny too. His like shot calling isn't like mechanical and boring. It's so funny. And here comes the good part, guys. Here comes the bid war. Because we have 3 rank 1 players here in terms of eye level. So the breaker starts with 2 mil. People are like, what? They're like, some of them were like, let me mail you the gold. Let me refund it. Like, I don't want, they're like, I don't want this. And then the Soul Eater bids 2.5. Dude, that Soul Eater has like the hottest preset too. So hot. I wanna bang his Soul Eater, dude. And then he's like, double 5 mil. Yeah, the war dancer is like, let me return this. The pally's like, he's jizzing. Dude, look at the cut. 679k cut, dude. And then this is for advanced honing, stage 2.
이거 계산 나오지 않았나요, 근데?
I'm like, why is this 40k, dude?
첫날에 못 먹으면 못해요?
아니요, 첫날 안 먹어도 갈 수 있을 텐데. 갈 수 있을 텐데.
Yeah, we're like, why did he overbid so much? Because even if you don't get the first box, you could still get max eye level in 6 weeks. I did the math myself. I did the kindergarten math. Yeah, I calculated it. You just need to win all the boxes except 1. So if you won the first clear box in the first week, on the 6th week, you don't have to get the box. So you could just Song of Escape out and then go advanced hones. The thing I learned last time in tier 3 is that even if you win the boxes, doesn't guarantee you get rank 1. It comes down to the luck of your hones and how fast you can clear the raid on the 6th week. So if you clear the raid, gate 1 through 3, you bonus loot, you get the chest, or no, you don't bid the chest, whatever, and then you go to town, you gotta hone it, then log off to be rank 1 of your class. I've done this before, man. And then the Soul Eater also gave 1 million as a tip, right? Like, is that tip? What is it? It's just like, hey guys, thank you, kind of thing. And then the Paladin's jizzing again. And then the gun lancer, the static leader, says, hey, since you died and you disconnected and it cost us the rank 1 grade 2, you bid on the next one. And I'm fucking laughing, dude. Dude, they keep bullying the war dancer. The war dancer is actually one of the best players in the group as well. He's really, really good. The reason why I say he's really good is he sees a pattern, and then he knows exactly like, oh, okay, like if he raises the right arm, that means left side safe. Like he can read that fast. Right. So the static leader's like, hey, war dancer, put some gold here. It's a joke though. But he bids 800k. And her mic peaked. She did. Now she feels bad, dude.
먹는 게 좀 아니야.
생각아.
네?
입꼬리 올라가 있어?
뭐.
아.
네,
아니 너무
I think it was like a 900K split, dude. Yeah, it was good.
도파민.
어,
He's like, so the gunless is like, hey man, that Bard, you feeling good right now? You smiling? And he's like, well, I'm getting a dopamine hit.
아니 여기 뭐예요?
생각에 저희가 이긴
And then chat's like, yo, Zeal's big bid, dude. I'm like, big. I'm like, why?
이거 우승
이거 1등보다 더 선수다.
러프다 우승.
저는 이거
아니.
1등 안 해도 상관없을 것
아니
같아요.
그냥 필요하신가요? 아니 필요하신가 해가지고 저.
아니 왜?
이거
다시님 그 팔찌 깎았잖아요.
자신이 그러면
Yeah, so I was like, I'm not gonna bid on this because like this guy actually wants it. Soul Eater actually wants this. You know what I mean? Like, why am I like? It's a win-win. I don't need to bid $1 million. I don't need to flex, right? And this guy needs the item. I'm not gonna be toxic, right? So it was a win-win. I save money, and he gets what he wants. Yeah, it was good for me, man.
그게 아니라
와.
진짜 완전히 끝까지 이렇게
그게 아니라 나도 펠트랑 하나 깎아가지고 완전 그게 아니라 제가 이거를
Yeah. Now it was a good raid, guys. Everyone played really well, except me, and yeah, everybody deserved everything there. Well, some people maybe deserve a little bit more, but it is what it is.
그게 아니라 요거를 깎아가지고 마지막 저거 체력 돌려야 돼.
Overall, it was a happy ending. Now, the question is this. What if this was the last pull, right? For reals? Well, what if we didn't clear it? What if I died? And I'm the one that caused the re. Oh, man, that could have been a fun alternate universe, right? I'm just glad I didn't freaking screw it up, man. Holy, I'm just glad that we cleared. What a like nobody thought we were gonna clear. Like I told you at the start, like they were already saying we should be like, when can you come home from work tomorrow? Like some of them already predicted this is not gonna be a kill. We weren't getting to where our best pull was for hours, 5 hours, 4 hours and 40 minutes. I looked at the replay. We were not getting back to the best pull. So everybody let their go. Like everyone is depressed. They're not queuing the mark. They're not queuing the mic. They're not shot calling. They're already planning for tomorrow's run. So I was like, bro, dude, I can't believe we clutched up, bro. We clutched.
해서 한번
We were almost deathless. We had one person die last 3 seconds.
그게 아니라
Oh, dude.
한번
일단 잘 알겠습니다.
아니 다시 제가 드릴게요. 다시 5만 골 올려주세요. 5만 골. 다시
저
5만 골
이거
드릴게요.
저 이거 근데 진짜 궁금한 거 있는데 저 투사의
And then the other breaker's like, I'm really curious how I'm in the MVP screen.
비섬의 선봉인
Yeah, I am a fighter. The thing is, though, I bet you he wasn't the only fighter. When I looked at the data, and other kills as well, I've seen some fighters and other kills as well. I bet he wasn't the only one, though. I mean, he did a very good job shot calling, and he didn't greed.
근데 이거 왜 떴나요 제가?
He was just curious why he had an honest question. Why am I here? Well, we all know in the West that MVP screen doesn't mean anything. Yeah. Yo, I've seen the Bible sometimes. Somebody who does more damage don't show up on the MVP screen, and someone else gets the underline. I've seen that before, multiple times. Hey, man, who cares? At the end of the day, man, I'm just glad we killed it. Right? At the end of the day, I'm just glad we killed it, and I wasn't the guy that that caused it this bad, bro. So I'm just grateful, bro, for once again the opportunity getting invited. Second of all, I'm just glad we killed it. Third, I'm just glad I wasn't the one that disbanded the group, or my shortcomings disbanded the group. I'm just glad, bro. Right? I'll take this, bro. You could be like, oh, Zeals, you suck. I do. Right? You could just say all you want, but I mean, that's true, man. Man, we killed it, man. That's all that matters. And if we ever do this again, like if we ever have a Kazeros group and we get like whatever placement we get, man. Right? Like I'm just going to do everything I can to help the group, dude. I'm not gonna greed. I'm just gonna be like, yo, if we need to fix strats, let's fix strats. If they need a shot caller, I'll shot call. If they need my gems, I'll give them my gems, right? Like I just want to kill it, man. Like, you know, like the number 1 group, Captain Jack, his Blade, really good player. He didn't get underlined. Captain Jack did, right? Oh, but Blade's OP, blah 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 blah. Hey, man, you gonna say that Blade sucked, that Jonji sucked? No, they did a great job. They don't care about that. At the end of the day, all of them combined are MVPs, man. They all contributed to the kill. They have the Bard with the crazy shot calling, crazy optimistic. She's so good at shot calling, you know. Huge respect to that group too. The number 1, holy, like the gap between number 1 and 2 and 3 and all of that is huge if you think about it. Because group 1, who they copying? Whose stream are they opening on the second tab and copying? Nobody's. They're going truly blind. They're the ones who have to figure out the mechanics. Right? And holy dude, every player in that group 1 is crazy. The first group and the one like you know, like their fans pick it apart like, oh, this guy did the best. This guy did the best. Like the Gunlancer is cracked in that group. That Gunlancer is so freaking good. He's the playmaker, the clutch. You call him the faker. The Gunlancer in that group is cracked, but everybody's cracked in that group. Like I said, but one guy did the most damage, Captain Jack, right? This time. But Gunlancer doesn't mean it doesn't lower what the Gunlancer did. Or what the supports did. Like the shot calling from the support, always being positive, mood checking, and then making sure everybody's alert, focused. She calls everything out, every pull for hours. I'm like, holy. Right? Like everybody is an MVP, man. Like it doesn't matter if you're the 100th clear or the 1000th clear. The group you killed it with, man. Everyone did a good job. Yeah. They figure out the mechanics. We steal them. Exactly. Yeah. The gap between number 1 and 2 is astronomical. So the gap between 1 and 1,000 is crazy, right? So huge respect to them. They destroyed it. They what is it? They hit it out of the park. What do you want to call it? Huge, man. Huge grats. Yeah, I can't do that, bro. I am too bad. I'm too old. But these guys are freaking sharp, ex-pros. But not only that, mentally optimistic. It's crazy good, man. Huge respect, huge shout out. And it's not over. I'm still cheering for these 2 groups, right? Especially the Loajang. They're the new crowd's favorite in Korea. A lot of fans. They're from like Africa TV. It's renamed Soup, SOOP. And they are new to Lost Ark. And they're very optimistic. They're very positive. They're very entertaining. So they have a huge fan following. They're not that experienced, but they have cash and they have like a lot of Esther weapons. But I wish them the luck and whoever else is progging it, man. Now, in terms of the raid, Gate 3 was very fun. Oh, there's a maintenance. Again, let's see if they fix the 425 mechanic. But anyways, Gate 3 was a lot of fun. I don't know if I want to pug it though. Eventually I have to, right? Eventually I have to pug it. And I'm sure by then there'll be like, there's already like hidden Esther's, the ally force skill, and then there'll be better tactics for pugs. So it'll be fine. But my God, it was really fun when the stage kept breaking. The last stage break, holy, the adrenaline rush, that was crazy, man. It's hard to repeat that. Like for maybe chat knows. Have you guys in chat cleared Thaymine hard mode Gate 3? Where you guys had to hold the Esther, the hidden Ninave, till the last platform. I've seen that on like Reddit, I think, where people are doing the last pizza pie. Holy, that is so much adrenaline, dude. Like you're not even caffeinated, and you're like your hands are like vibrating like a dildo, dude. Right? It's crazy, man. I love that feeling though. I love that feeling. Until you're the one that falls off, then you start hating yourself. But yeah, Oh man, I'm just glad I killed it. I'm not dead. I'm not the reason for disbanding. Like, yeah, I'm just grateful, bro. Like, there was no drama. There was no like cussing. Everybody was respectful. Everybody was super optimistic. A little bit too optimistic, I think, because they're like, oh, I can keep going. I'm like, I was like, guys, like, I kept doing physical like condition checks. Like, guys, we're kind of screwing up to easy mechanics. Do we need a rest? Do we need a 5-minute break, 10-minute break, a little bit of food break? They're like, no. My energy is like 90%. I've never felt so much, but like I've never felt this good in my life. They're like, I'm like, you guys for real, man? We've been playing for 30 hours straight. Like, you sure? They're like, I'm positive. I've never felt this alert, dude. Like, there was not an ounce of like negativity or giving up until like at the end, because like 4 of them had to go to work the next day. So I mean, I think the reason why they were kind of sad was like they didn't want to be the person to say they got to go to work the next day, right? Like, that's another thing. Like, nobody wants to be the guy that says, oh, I'm too tired, I got to go to bed. I think that there is that like social pressure in Korea, and if you're playing with a bunch of strangers, like this group we just met a month ago. Like, this is not a group we met 6 months ago and then like playing. Like, we don't have a well-gelled machine here. Like we don't even call people by their name. Like, the Paladin was being called Paladin instead of calling them by his character name, or, like a non-formal way of calling them. Hey, hey buddy, can you throw Dark Grenade? It's like, hey sir, can you, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's not that like good synergy, right? We never like met up and had sex. I mean, we never met up for like a feast or anything like that. Like, one of the groups that got 11th place, they're gonna meet up. One of the viewers donated money so that the guy, if they kill it that pool, the one who got the donation has to go buy them barbecue ribs or something. And they killed it that pool. Yeah, Ida's group. He got a donation saying if you kill it this pool, you got to go pay them for a real life barbecue, and they killed it that pool. So the viewers are happy. They're like, hey man, you got to go buy them barbecue. Yay, they're all happy. They made a meme about it. It's cool. The community's like behind it, and that's wholesome. That's wholesome as hell, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's wholesome as hell, man. Where's the group, man? Where's their group, man? Yeah, right here, the 11th. Yeah, so Edith and them. So at a future time, they're gonna do an IRL stream where he's gonna pay for their barbecue, funded by the viewer, because they killed at that pool. But yeah, our group, we never met. And now, are we gonna play together for the Kazeros? I don't think so, because once again, these guys are like CEOs and millionaires. They can't take a month off work. As a matter of fact, like, some of them said like they thought it was gonna die day 1. So maximum day 2, they took off. 3rd day, they had to go all back to work, right? All of them had to go back to work. So that's why I was like, yo, the fact that we killed it last pool is crazy. Because they got to go to sleep and then go to work the next day. And some of these guys are working like 14 hours, right? It's not a 9 to 5. They own some of these places. So they might have to go late at night at work. You know what I mean? Like, so what's gonna, like, we only agreed to the 3rd act, and the 4th act, I don't know. I might join another group that might go hard. I really don't know. Do you get anything from top 1 through 5? No. I guess you rest and watch other people. That's the good part. It's just for fun. Yeah, it's just for fun. It's like mostly the community's really behind it. They're making all these like API and fan sites and cheering and donating. Cheering to this, making donations to the site like this, right? Like stuff like that. Like, this is appearing out of like this is community made, like the little comment and stuff like that. Yeah, it's cool. Ego boost. I don't have an ego boost because I suck. Yeah, I don't. I don't really have an ego boost. I just pay to win, dude. For my shortcomings, I just swipe. Yeah. So the thing is, it's just an opportunity, man. It was just cool, man. It was just cool. I don't really know if I'm gonna do it again, right? I don't know if I'm gonna do it again. Like, I realized mid-run at 20 hours in, I was like, bro, no food, no sleep. Come on, man. Like none of these guys want a 7-hour break. Like I think if we like, for example, we came, there was a maintenance, right? I told you guys the maintenance. There was a maintenance. We came back up at the servers, and the 420 bar was fixed. So we're like, oh my god, we can't get past this mechanic. At that point, I was like, what if we just go to bed, wake up, like the World of Warcraft world firsts, let the other parties figure it out, the strat, and then we just copy them. We just get rested while these guys are zombieing. They're tired as hell. Let them figure out the strat. We come back well rested, and we just copy their strat. They're like, no, I'm good to go now. I was like, all right then. So we were in there wiping over and over on the 420, blaze it, bro. And I was just like, so I came up with a plan about what about we just awaken and shield it and pre-run? Because we have mobility issues on the gun lancer and stuff like that. Why don't we just pre-run, dude? And then we changed the Esser from Balthor to Bastion to cleanse our cock. So that, because it gives gauge if you run a little bit too early. So that became pretty much the strat that other people are using as well. Yeah. So I came out with the pay to win rat strat, dude. I mean, it's not really pay to win. You just use support, awakening, and DR. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. Like, I wonder what would have happened if we just got well rested. That's all I'm trying to say. Like, if we took like 7 hours and then slept well, like the World of Warcraft race to world first. Like, if they're not within reach of world first, they take a nice sleep break, come back the next day fresh with tummies full, right? They get like premium food too. And then, like, because we were not eating, we never took a break longer than 10 minutes, right? I couldn't jerk off. I couldn't nap. I couldn't, like, you know, my body's old, man. My body's old for this, bro. I can't concentrate that long. Nobody can, bro. Like, so it clearly showed, like their heart and the mind was very positive. We got to do this. We can do it. But our bodies sometimes weren't following. Some of them were actually falling asleep mid-pull. Yeah. So I wonder what would happen if we, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. I'm just grateful that we cleared it on the last pull, dude. Because if we didn't, holy. Anyways, that was fun. That was a good experience. Kazeros. Kazeros. I don't want to spoil it early, but there's, yeah, let's see how it goes for Kazeros, man. Let's see how it goes. Maybe one more push in me, and then after that, I might just go be like my viewers. Maybe 3 hours a day prog, man. I don't know. Physically, like you said, like, do you get anything out of this ZEALS? Nothing. It was a good experience. It's just like a nostalgic experience. I look back, I'm like, okay, cool. But honestly, I don't really get anything. So I might do Kazeros, maybe. And then after that, we going back to like 3 hours, man. Day 1, 3 hours. Day 2, 3 hours. Casual, dude. Cash.